Part 2, Ancient Incarnations. Ningishsida. The birth of Ningishsida, son of Enki, grandson of Anu. The dawn broke over the fertile plains of ancient Mesopotamia, casting a golden hue over the lush greenery and winding rivers. This land, known for its rich soil and bountiful harvests, was a cradle of early civilization, where the first whispers of human knowledge and culture began to take root. Among the towering ziggurats and bustling marketplaces, a new figure emerged, destined to leave an indelible mark on the annals of history. Ningishsida, the lord of the good tree, stood at the edge of a sacred grove, his presence both commanding and serene. Tall and regal, with features carved by the hands of the divine, he was clothed in robes of emerald green, adorned with symbols of serpents and vegetation that glistened in the early morning light. His eyes, deep and ancient, held the wisdom of ages, reflecting the verdant vitality of the world around him. The grove itself was a place of reverence, a sanctuary where nature thrived in its purest form. The trees, towering and majestic, seemed to bow in acknowledgement of Ningishsida's presence. Vines and flowers intertwined, creating a tapestry of life that whispered secrets to those who could listen. It was here that Ningishsida drew his strength, his connection to the earth an unbreakable bond. As he walked among the trees, his footsteps silent on the soft ground, he reached out to touch the bark of an ancient cedar. The tree responded, its leaves rustling as if in greeting. Ningishsida closed his eyes, feeling the pulse of life beneath his fingertips, the heartbeat of the earth itself. In this moment, he was both a part of nature and its guardian, a bridge between the human world and the divine. A soft rustle in the underbrush caught his attention, and he turned to see a young girl emerging from the shadows. Her eyes were wide with awe and curiosity, her small frame trembling with both fear and excitement. She approached cautiously, her steps tentative. "Great Lord," she whispered, her voice trembling, "I have come seeking your wisdom. My village is plagued by sickness, and we do not know how to heal it." Ningishsida knelt to her level, his expression gentle and compassionate. "Fear not, child," he said, his voice a soothing balm. "The earth provides for those who honor it. Tell me, what are the symptoms of this illness?" The girl described the fever that gripped her people, the weakness that drained their strength, and the relentless cough that stole their breath. Ningishsida listened intently, his mind already sifting through the vast knowledge of herbs and remedies that he possessed. "Take these leaves," he said, reaching into a pouch at his side and handing her a bundle of verdant foliage. "Boil them in water and have your people drink the infusion. It will draw out the fever and cleanse their lungs. And remember, always give thanks to the earth for its gifts." The girl took the leaves with reverent hands, her eyes shining with hope. "Thank you, Great Lord. We will not forget your kindness." As she hurried back to her village, Ningishsida watched her go, a sense of fulfillment warming his heart. He knew that his journey was just beginning, that countless lives and challenges lay ahead. But in this moment, he was content, knowing that he was fulfilling his purpose, guiding humanity towards a deeper understanding and respect for the world around them. Ningishsida rose, his gaze sweeping across the sacred grove. The sun climbed higher, bathing the land in its golden embrace. With each passing day, he would continue to walk among his people, teaching them the ways of nature, healing their wounds, and guiding them towards a future where they could thrive in harmony with the earth. For he was Ningishsida, the lord of the good tree, the first incarnation of Metatron, and his legacy was destined to endure through the ages. A dialogue between Enki and Anu. A grand chamber in the city of Eridu, with its polished stone walls adorned with intricate carvings depicting the cosmos and the great deeds of the Anunnaki. Torches cast flickering light, illuminating the faces of Enki, the god of wisdom and water, and Anu, the supreme god of the sky and the ruler of all gods. Enki, the god of wisdom, water, and creation, known for his deep understanding of the sciences and his compassionate nature. Anu, the supreme god, a figure of immense power and authority, tasked with maintaining order and overseeing the actions of the Anunnaki. Enki, pacing thoughtfully, Anu, I have been pondering our actions on Earth, specifically the genetic manipulation of the early humans. I am troubled by the ethical implications of what we have done. Anu, seated on a grand throne, his gaze steady and contemplative, speak your mind, Enki. Your wisdom has always guided us well. What concerns you about our creations? Enki, pausing to look directly at Anu, we took primitive beings and altered their very essence. We endowed them with knowledge and capabilities far beyond their natural evolution. In doing so, we have not just created, but fundamentally changed the course of their existence. Was it right to impose our will upon them so drastically? Anu, leaning forward, our intentions were not malicious, Inky. The early humans were struggling, bound by their limitations. By enhancing them, we gave them the tools to survive and thrive. They are now capable of building civilizations, of understanding the cosmos. Do you not see the potential we have unlocked? Inky, sighing, potential, yes. But at what cost? They are now burdened with awareness, with the capacity for suffering that comes with greater understanding. We have made them more like us, but in doing so, we have also made them vulnerable to the same conflicts and challenges that plague our kind. Anu, nodding slowly, it is true that with knowledge comes suffering. Yet, it is also through adversity that growth occurs. The early humans now have the opportunity to shape their destiny, to rise above their circumstances. Is that not a gift worth giving? Inky, sitting down across from Anu, perhaps. But I fear that we have also set them on a path of inevitable conflict. They struggle with their newfound abilities, with understanding their place in the universe. Have we given them the guidance they need to navigate this transformation? Anu, thoughtfully, we have provided them with the foundations of knowledge, but it is up to them to build upon it. Our role was to spark the flame of enlightenment, theirs is to keep it burning. We cannot shield them from all hardship, nor should we. They must learn, as we did, through experience. Inky, nodding, I understand. Yet, I cannot shake the feeling of responsibility. We must remain vigilant, offering wisdom and aid when they falter. They are our creations, and thus, our responsibility. Anu, smiling, that is why you are the god of wisdom, Inky. Your compassion and foresight are invaluable. We will continue to watch over them, to guide them when necessary. But we must also trust in their resilience, in their ability to find their own way. Inky, smiling back, very well, Anu. We shall watch, guide, and hope that they find the strength to overcome the challenges we have set before them. May they grow into beings worthy of the gifts we have bestowed. Anu, rising, indeed, Inky. Let us continue our work with hope and vigilance. The future of humanity is now intertwined with our own. Together, we shall see what they become. The two gods stand, looking out over the vast expanse of the world they have influenced, their minds filled with both hope and uncertainty for the future of their creations. Inky talks to Ningishzaida. Inside Inky's private chambers within the Grand Temple of Eridu, the room is filled with ancient texts, vials of strange liquids, and devices of unknown origin. A large window offers a view of the lush gardens below, where the sacred waters of the Euphrates flow nearby. Inky and his son Ningishzaida, both renowned for their wisdom and scientific prowess, sit across from each other at a stone table. Inky, the god of wisdom, water, and creation, deeply contemplative and burdened by the ethical implications of his actions. Ningishzaida, Inky's son, a gifted geneticist who shares his father's passion for creation and innovation, but with a more pragmatic outlook. Inky, leaning back in his chair, his eyes thoughtful, Ningishzaida, I had a long conversation with Anu today. We discussed the ethical ramifications of our genetic manipulations on the early humans. His words were both reassuring and challenging. Ningishzaida, raising an eyebrow, leaning forward with interest, oh, what did Anu have to say about our work? I imagine he has a unique perspective on our endeavors. Inky, nodding, indeed. Anu believes that our enhancements, while drastic, were necessary. He sees them as a means to unlock the potential of humanity, to give them the tools they need to survive and prosper. He views our actions as a gift. Ningishzaida, thoughtfully, a gift, yes. But gifts can be burdensome as well. Did he acknowledge the potential for suffering that comes with increased awareness and capability? Inky, sighing, he did. He acknowledged that with knowledge comes suffering, but also growth. He believes that adversity is essential for development, that through their struggles, humans will find their strength. Ningishzaida, nodding slowly, I see the logic in that. Evolution itself is a process of overcoming challenges, of adapting and growing stronger. But I understand your concerns as well, Father. The burden of consciousness is a heavy one. Inky, leaning forward, his expression earnest, exactly. We have given them the capacity to question, to feel deep sorrow and joy, to seek their purpose. But we have also exposed them to the potential for great conflict and pain. I worry if we have given them enough guidance to navigate this transformation. Ningishzaida, smiling slightly, we have shared our knowledge and our wisdom, but ultimately, they must find their own way. It is the nature of creation to evolve, to face trials and emerge stronger. Our role is to provide the foundation, the spark of enlightenment. Inky, nodding, Anu believes that we must trust in their resilience, in their ability to shape their own destiny. He sees our intervention as a necessary step, but one that must be balanced with allowing them the freedom to grow independently. Ningish Saida, leaning back, considering, I agree with Anu to a certain extent. Our influence should be a guiding hand, not a controlling one. They must learn to wield the gifts we have given them responsibly. But we should remain vigilant, ready to offer wisdom and aid when they need it. Inky, smiling, your perspective reassures me, Ningish Saida. It seems you have inherited not only my knowledge but also my compassion. Together, we shall watch over humanity, guiding them subtly, ensuring they do not stray too far into darkness. Ningish Saida, smiling back, it is a delicate balance, Father. But I believe in their potential. With our guidance, they can achieve greatness. They can become more than we ever imagined. Inky, rising, looking out of the window, then we shall continue our work with hope and vigilance. Let us trust in the strength and resilience of humanity, and in our ability to guide them towards a brighter future. Ningish Saida, standing beside him, gazing out at the garden, yes, Father. Together, we will see to it that our creations flourish, growing into beings worthy of the gifts we have bestowed upon them. The father and son stand together, united in purpose and hope, their minds filled with visions of a future where humanity rises to meet the challenges and opportunities laid before them. Thoth. The flight to Egypt. The great city of Atlantis, once a beacon of wisdom and power, lay in ruins beneath the churning ocean. The waves roared with fury, swallowing temples and towers, as the land sank into the abyss. Amidst the chaos, a solitary figure, radiant with a celestial light, soared above the devastation. Thoth, the last high priest of Atlantis, now carried the ancient wisdom and knowledge of his people across the vast sea. Clad in robes that shimmered like the stars, Thoth's eyes glowed with determination and sorrow. His golden staff, topped with an ankh, emitted a soft, ethereal light, guiding his path through the stormy skies. The memories of Atlantis weighed heavily on his heart, but he knew his mission was far from over. As he flew, the words of the Emerald Tablets resonated in his mind, a reminder of the great knowledge he must preserve and pass on. Deep in Earth's heart lie the halls of Amenti, far neath the islands of sunken Atlantis. Halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite all. Thoth's journey led him to the land of Kem, a land destined to become Egypt, where he would lay the foundations of a new civilization. The shores of the Nile stretched out before him, a ribbon of life winding through the desert sands. The river's waters sparkled under the golden sun, promising new beginnings. He descended gently, landing on the fertile banks of the Nile, where a group of primitive humans gathered. They looked up in awe, their eyes wide with wonder and fear, as the radiant figure approached. Thoth's presence exuded calm and wisdom, and he spoke to them in a voice that resonated with the authority of the ages. Fear not, he said, his voice soothing and powerful. I am Thoth, bearer of the ancient wisdom, and I come to share the knowledge of the heavens and the earth. From the ashes of Atlantis, we shall build a new era of enlightenment. The people of Kem, recognizing the divinity in Thoth's words and bearing, fell to their knees in reverence. Thoth raised his staff, and a beam of light shot forth, carving symbols into the ground, a new script, the foundation of their future writing system. We shall create a land of wisdom and harmony, Thoth continued, where the mysteries of the universe are known and revered. Together, we will rise from the shadows and embrace the light of knowledge. The people, emboldened by Thoth's vision, followed him with unwavering faith. Thoth led them to a secluded valley, where the energy of the earth converged in a powerful nexus. Here, they would build the first temples, places of learning and worship, dedicated to the pursuit of truth and the advancement of humanity. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Thoth taught the people of Kem the secrets of the stars, the movements of the planets, and the cycles of the moon. He introduced them to mathematics, architecture, and medicine, laying the groundwork for a civilization that would stand the test of time. Under Thoth's guidance, the first pyramids began to rise, their gleaming limestone reflecting the light of Ra, the sun god. These structures, more than just tombs, were repositories of knowledge, designed to align with the stars and channel cosmic energies. Thoth's teachings were inscribed on scrolls and carved into stone, immortalizing the wisdom of Atlantis for future generations. He reminded his followers of the principles of Ma'at truth, balance, and order, ensuring that their society would be one of justice and harmony. As the sun set over the burgeoning civilization, Thoth stood atop a newly constructed pyramid, gazing out over the land of Kem. The Nile's waters glistened in the twilight, a symbol of life and continuity. Thoth's heart swelled with hope and resolve. He had brought the light of Atlantis to Egypt, and here, it would flourish and grow, illuminating the path for all who sought wisdom. In the distance, the stars began to twinkle, each one a beacon of the vast knowledge that Thoth carried within him. He whispered a silent prayer to the cosmos, a vow to continue his mission, to guide humanity through the ages, and to ensure that the legacy of Atlantis would never be forgotten. Wisdom is eternal, for it is life itself, a journey without end. With these words, Thoth, the great teacher and guide, began his eternal journey in the land of Kem, his light shining brightly in the hearts and minds of all who would follow. A dialogue between Thoth and Osiris. At the base of a newly constructed pyramid, the evening sun casts a golden hue over the Nile and the lush fields of the burgeoning Egyptian civilization. Thoth and Osiris, two divine figures radiating wisdom and power, stand side by side. The pyramid, a symbol of their ambitious plans for the future, looms behind them. Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and knowledge, with a serene yet intense demeanor, representing the reincarnation of Archangel Metatron. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, rebirth, and agriculture, with a calm and nurturing presence, representing the reincarnation of Archangel Sandalphon. Osiris, gazing at the horizon, brother, the land of Kem flourishes under your guidance. The people are learning quickly, embracing the knowledge you share. But what is our next step? How do we guide them to their fullest potential? Thoth, thoughtfully, Osiris, we must build a society founded on wisdom and balance. Knowledge alone is not enough, it must be applied with understanding and compassion. Our people need to embrace the principles of Ma'at truth, balance, and order in every aspect of their lives. Osiris, nodding, indeed, Ma'at is essential. But how do we ensure that these principles are woven into the fabric of their society? How do we guide them to live harmoniously with each other and with the earth? Thoth, smiling, we start by integrating these principles into their education. From a young age, they must learn the importance of truth and balance, not just in their personal lives but in their governance and their relationship with nature. We must create a system of laws that reflect Ma'at, ensuring justice and fairness. Osiris, thoughtfully, laws, yes. But laws alone cannot cultivate a harmonious society. We must also nurture their spiritual growth. They need rituals and practices that connect them to the divine, to the cycles of life and death. We must teach them to honor the gods and the earth. Thoth, agreeing, you are right, Osiris. Spiritual practices will ground them, providing a sense of purpose and connection. We should establish temples as centers of learning and worship. These temples will serve as places where knowledge and spirituality intertwine, where the mysteries of the universe are explored and revered. Osiris, smiling, and in these temples, we can guide them in the art of agriculture, ensuring that they live sustainably and in harmony with the land. The Nile is a gift that must be respected. If they understand the rhythms of nature, they will prosper. Thoth, nodding, agriculture is indeed the foundation of their sustenance. By teaching them advanced techniques, we ensure their survival and growth. But we must also encourage them to innovate, to use their knowledge creatively. This will drive their progress and development. Osiris, placing a hand on Thoth's shoulder, together, we will build a society that honors the past and looks forward to the future. Our teachings will be the cornerstone of their civilization, guiding them through the ages. Thoth, smiling warmly, yes, brother. With your guidance in matters of the heart and spirit, and my teachings in wisdom and knowledge, we will create a legacy that endures. The people of Kem will rise to greatness, and their achievements will echo through time. Osiris, gazing at the pyramid, this pyramid, and others that will follow, will stand as testaments to our vision. They will be symbols of the enduring strength and wisdom of this society we are building. Thoth, looking into the distance, and our work will not end here. We must remain vigilant, guiding them subtly, ensuring that they remain true to the principles of Ma'at. The future of this civilization depends on the seeds we plant today. Osiris, smiling, then let us plant these seeds with care and love, brother. Together, we will watch them grow into a mighty civilization, one that honors the gods and the earth, and one that thrives on the wisdom we impart. The two brothers stand together, united in their vision and purpose, their minds and hearts aligned with the principles of Ma'at. As the sun sets, casting a warm glow over the land of Chem, they look forward to a future where their teachings will guide humanity towards greatness and harmony. The hidden craft. The night sky over the land of Chem was a canvas of twinkling stars and the silver glow of the moon. Thoth, with his celestial robes billowing in the gentle breeze, stood before the Grand Sphinx, a monument that would stand the test of time. The Great Pyramid loomed in the background, a testament to the knowledge and power he had imparted to the people of this land. With a wave of his golden staff, Thoth chanted an ancient incantation. The ground beneath the Sphinx rumbled and shifted, revealing a hidden entrance. He descended the steps, his staff illuminating the way, casting a soft glow on the ancient stone walls adorned with intricate carvings of his teachings and prophecies. Deep within the earth, hidden from the prying eyes of the unworthy, lay his spacecraft, a magnificent vessel of otherworldly design. Its sleek, metallic surface shimmered under the light of Thoth's staff, a stark contrast to the ancient surroundings. The ship was a masterpiece of advanced technology, capable of traversing the cosmos and safeguarding humanity from future threats. Thoth approached the vessel, his mind filled with the knowledge of what must be done. He placed his hand on the hull, and the ship responded to his touch, opening to reveal its interior. Inside, the control panels glowed with a soft, pulsating light, ready to be awakened when the time was right. He knew that this craft would be crucial in the future, a beacon of hope for humanity when darkness threatened to engulf the world. But it could not fall into the wrong hands. Thoth began the process of setting the locks, intricate mechanisms that would ensure only the worthy could access the ship. He started with the first lock, a glyph inscribed with the ancient symbols of Ma'at, truth, balance, and order. He whispered a spell, infusing the glyph with his essence. Only those who walk the path of truth and uphold the principles of Ma'at may unlock this seal, he intoned. The second lock was a puzzle of celestial knowledge. He carved the constellations and the movements of the stars onto a stone tablet. Only those who understand the mysteries of the cosmos and the harmony of the heavens shall pass, he declared. The third lock was a test of wisdom and heart. He placed a golden ankh, the key of life, at the center of the ship's entrance. Only those who possess the wisdom to lead and the compassion to protect shall be granted entry, he pronounced. Thoth continued, each lock more intricate than the last. Some required knowledge of the ancient texts, others the ability to read the language of the gods. He placed the final lock, a heart-shaped crystal imbued with his own energy, at the core of the ship. Only one with a pure heart and unyielding spirit, one who carries the light within, can awaken this vessel, he said softly. His work complete, Thoth stood back and admired the intricate web of protections he had woven. He knew that the time would come when a worthy soul would unlock these secrets and use the ship to defend humanity against its greatest foes. Until then, it would remain hidden, a silent guardian beneath the sands. As he ascended back to the surface, Thoth sealed the entrance with another incantation, ensuring that the path to the ship would remain hidden until the right moment. He stood before the Sphinx, his heart filled with a sense of fulfillment and hope for the future. He placed his hand on the Sphinx's paw, whispering a final blessing. May this vessel remain hidden until the time of need, and may those who seek it be guided by the light of wisdom and the spirit of Ma'at. With that, Thoth turned and walked away, the Sphinx standing as a silent sentinel over the hidden treasure beneath, waiting for the day when the worthy would rise to protect humanity and usher in a new era of peace and enlightenment. The contributions to knowledge and magic. The grand halls of the Temple of Thoth were bathed in the golden light of dawn, illuminating the intricate hieroglyphs and ancient texts that adorned the walls. Scholars and priests moved about with reverence, their robes whispering against the stone floors as they carried scrolls and tablets inscribed with sacred knowledge. At the heart of the temple, surrounded by shelves laden with tomes of wisdom, stood Thoth, the god of knowledge and magic. Clad in robes that shimmered like the stars, Thoth's presence commanded respect and awe. His ibis-headed staff, a symbol of his divine intellect, glowed softly in his hand. He moved gracefully through the library, stopping occasionally to offer guidance to the scholars who sought his wisdom. Thoth approached a young scribe, diligently copying an ancient text onto a fresh scroll. The scribe looked up, his eyes wide with admiration and a hint of nervousness. Thoth placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Knowledge is the foundation upon which civilizations are built, Thoth said, his voice calm and resonant. Remember, young one, that the pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey. Every question you ask, every answer you seek, brings you closer to the truth." The scribe nodded, absorbing Thoth's words with reverence. Thoth continued through the hall, his thoughts turning to the many contributions he had made to this land and beyond. He recalled the teachings he had shared with humanity, the foundations of writing, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine that had shaped their understanding of the world. In a secluded chamber of the temple, Thoth found a group of priests gathered around a large stone altar. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and the flickering light of oil lamps cast dancing shadows on the walls. The priests were deep in a discussion about the mysteries of the universe, their faces lit with a mix of curiosity and wonder. Thoth joined them, his presence instantly commanding their attention. He raised his staff, and a beam of light projected a star map onto the ceiling. The priests gasped in awe as the constellations and celestial bodies came to life above them. "Behold the secrets of the heavens," Thoth intoned. "The stars are not merely lights in the sky but gateways to understanding the divine order of the cosmos. Each constellation holds a story, a lesson, a piece of the grand tapestry woven by the gods." He pointed to a cluster of stars. "This is the constellation of Sahu, known to you as Orion. It is a symbol of strength and resilience, a guide for those who seek to navigate the challenges of life." The priests listened intently as Thoth explained the movements of the stars, the cycles of the moon, and the influence of celestial bodies on the fate of humanity. His teachings were a blend of science and mysticism, a testament to his unparalleled intellect and spiritual insight. Thoth then led the priests to a chamber dedicated to the practice of magic. Shelves lined with potions, herbs, and mystical artifacts surrounded a central altar adorned with sacred symbols. Thoth demonstrated the art of alchemy, transforming simple substances into powerful elixirs. "Magic is the harnessing of the natural forces of the universe," Thoth explained. "It is an extension of knowledge, a way to influence the world through the understanding of its fundamental principles. True magic is not about power over others but harmony with the natural order." He showed them how to create protective charms, heal wounds with herbal remedies, and channel energy through sacred rituals. The priests watched in awe as Thoth performed each task with precision and grace, his movements a dance of divine knowledge and skill. As the day turned to dusk, Thoth stood before the assembled scholars and priests, his heart filled with pride and hope. He knew that his contributions to knowledge and magic would endure, shaping the destiny of humanity for generations to come. "Remember," Thoth said, his voice echoing through the temple, "that knowledge is a gift to be shared, and magic is a responsibility to be wielded with wisdom. May you all continue to seek the truth, to learn, to teach, and to use your knowledge for the betterment of all." With these words, Thoth turned and left the temple, his silhouette merging with the twilight. The Temple of Thoth remained a beacon of wisdom and magic, its teachings echoing through the ages, a testament to the enduring legacy of the God of knowledge. Encounters with dark influences in Egypt. The moon hung high over the land of Kem, casting an ethereal glow over the grand structures of ancient Egypt. The Temple of Thoth, a sanctuary of wisdom and light, stood tall against the night sky. Yet, within its hallowed halls, an unsettling presence began to stir. Thoth, sensing a disturbance, moved swiftly through the temple corridors. His ibis-headed staff glowed with a soft, protective light, illuminating the path ahead. He reached the central chamber, where a group of his most trusted priests and scholars awaited him, their faces etched with concern. "Thoth," one of the priests began, "we have felt a dark presence, a malevolent force attempting to corrupt our sacred knowledge and influence the hearts of our people." Thoth's eyes narrowed, his mind racing. He knew the dangers of such influences, how they could undermine the very foundations of the civilization he had worked so hard to build. "We must confront this darkness," he declared, his voice resolute. "Gather our most potent protective artifacts and meet me at the Hall of Shadows." The Hall of Shadows, located deep within the temple, was a place where the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical were thin. It was here that Thoth and his followers often engaged with forces beyond the mortal realm, both benevolent and malevolent. As they assembled in the hall, Thoth began to chant an incantation, his voice echoing through the chamber. The walls shimmered, and a dark, swirling vortex appeared before them. From the vortex emerged shadowy figures, their forms shifting and indistinct, exuding an aura of malice. One of the figures stepped forward, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. "Thoth," it hissed, "your time of influence is coming to an end. The darkness will consume the light, and the knowledge you have bestowed upon these mortals will be twisted to serve our purposes." Thoth raised his staff, its light intensifying. You will not corrupt this land, he declared. The knowledge I have shared is protected by the principles of Ma'at, truth, balance, and order. Your darkness has no place here. The shadowy figure laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the hall. You underestimate the power of fear and ignorance. We have already begun to sow seeds of doubt and discord among your people. Soon, they will turn against you and each other. Thoth felt a pang of worry but steeled himself. Fear and ignorance are powerful, but they are not invincible. We will fight them with truth and wisdom. We will protect our people and our knowledge. He turned to his priests and scholars. Channel your energy into the protective artifacts. We must create a barrier to repel these dark influences. The group began to chant in unison, their voices blending into a harmonious melody that resonated with the very essence of the temple. The artifacts glowed with a radiant light, forming a protective barrier around them. The shadowy figures recoiled, their forms flickering and weakening. This is not over, Thoth, the leader hissed. We will return, and your precious civilization will fall. With a final burst of energy, Thoth and his followers expelled the dark influences, the vortex collapsing in on itself and disappearing. The hall fell silent, the air heavy with the aftermath of the confrontation. Thoth lowered his staff, his expression somber. This was only a warning, he said softly. The forces of darkness are relentless, and they will continue to try and undermine our work. We must remain vigilant, ever watchful, and steadfast in our commitment to truth and wisdom. He looked at his followers, their faces a mixture of relief and determination. Together, we will protect this land and its people. We will ensure that the light of knowledge and the principles of Ma'at prevail. As they left the Hall of Shadows, Thoth couldn't shake the feeling that a greater battle lay ahead. But he was resolute in his purpose, ready to face whatever challenges the future held. For the sake of humanity and the future of the civilization he had nurtured, Thoth would continue to stand against the darkness, a beacon of light and wisdom in a world fraught with uncertainty. The death of Osiris. The sun was setting over the fertile banks of the Nile, casting long shadows over the golden sands and lush fields of Egypt. In the grand city of Abydos, preparations were underway for a grand feast to honor Osiris, the god of the afterlife, rebirth, and agriculture. The people of Egypt revered Osiris for his teachings on farming and his role in the cycle of life and death. Thoth stood beside his brother, Osiris, in the great hall of the temple. Osiris, with his calm and nurturing presence, was speaking to the gathered priests and nobles about the importance of balance and harmony in their lives. His voice was a soothing balm, filled with wisdom and compassion. But hidden among the shadows was Set, the god of chaos and storms, and the reincarnation of Marduk. Set's eyes burned with jealousy and hatred as he watched the people adore Osiris. He had always envied his brother's popularity and the love the people had for him. Tonight, he had decided, would be the night he would end Osiris's life and seize power for himself. As the feast continued, Set approached Osiris with a false smile and a cup of wine. "Brother," he said, his voice dripping with feigned warmth, "let us celebrate your wisdom and the prosperity you have brought to our land." Osiris, always trusting and forgiving, accepted the cup. "Thank you, Set. Your words mean a great deal to me. Let us drink to the continued prosperity of Egypt and the balance of Ma'at." Set raised his cup, but his eyes glinted with malice. As Osiris drank deeply from his cup, Set's smile twisted into a sinister grin. The wine was laced with a potent poison, one that would bring about a slow and painful death. Osiris's face contorted in pain as he clutched his chest, dropping the cup. He stumbled, the poison coursing through his veins, weakening him with each passing moment. Thoth, sensing something was terribly wrong, rushed to his brother's side. "Osiris? What has happened?" Thoth's voice was filled with panic and fear as he tried to support his brother's collapsing form. Set stepped back, his eyes cold and unfeeling. "This is the end of your reign, Osiris. Your time has passed, and now it is mine. Egypt will bow to me, and chaos will reign." Thoth looked up at Set, his eyes blazing with anger. "You have betrayed us all, Set. Your lust for power will bring ruin to everything we have built." Set sneered. "You always were the wise one, Thoth, but your wisdom cannot save him now. Osiris is finished, and with him, your precious balance." As Osiris's life force ebbed away, he grasped Thoth's hand. "Brother," he whispered, his voice weak but resolute, "do not let him destroy what we have built. Protect our people, and keep the light of Ma'at alive." Tears welled in Thoth's eyes as he nodded. "I swear it, Osiris. Your death will not be in vain. I will continue to fight for balance and wisdom, and I will say that Set is held accountable for his treachery." With a final breath, Osiris's body went limp in Thoth's arms. The hall fell silent as the realization of what had transpired dawned on the gathered priests and nobles. Set, reveling in his moment of triumph, turned and walked away, leaving chaos and sorrow in his wake. Thoth gently laid Osiris's body down, his heart heavy with grief and anger. He knew that Egypt faced dark times ahead, but he was resolute in his mission. He would honor his brother's legacy and protect the land from Set's destructive ambitions. As the night fell over Abydos, Thoth began the sacred rituals to prepare Osiris's body for the afterlife. He called upon the gods for guidance and strength, vowing to keep the light of Ma'at burning brightly, even in the face of darkness. The death of Osiris marked the beginning of a new and tumultuous era for Egypt, but it also solidified Thoth's resolve. He would stand against Set and any forces that sought to disrupt the balance and harmony of the land. For the sake of his brother and the future of humanity, Thoth would continue his eternal fight for wisdom and light. The resurrection of Osiris. The moon cast an ethereal glow over the temple as Thoth stood alone in the central chamber, the air thick with the scent of incense and the whispers of ancient magic. Osiris's body lay on a stone altar, wrapped in fine linen and adorned with sacred amulets. Thoth had spent days preparing for this moment, delving deep into the arcane arts to uncover a way to bring his brother back from the realm of the dead. With a deep breath, Thoth began the ritual, his voice echoing through the chamber as he chanted incantations in the language of the gods. His staff glowed with a radiant light, illuminating the hieroglyphs on the walls that told the stories of their past triumphs and struggles. The air around him crackled with energy, the boundaries between life and death blurring as the power of the ritual grew. By the power of Ma'at, the eternal balance, and the wisdom of the ancients, I call upon the life force that resides within the cosmos, Thoth intoned, his eyes fixed on Osiris's still form. Return to us, Osiris, god of the afterlife and rebirth. Rise from the shadows and reclaim your place among the living. The room trembled as the magic took hold, a vortex of light and energy swirling around the altar. Osiris's body began to glow, the amulets and linen shrouds shimmering as they absorbed the power of Thoth's incantations. Slowly, Osiris's chest rose and fell with the breath of life, his eyes fluttering open as he returned from the realm of the dead. Thoth stepped forward, his heart pounding with a mixture of hope and relief. Osiris, can you hear me? Do you remember who you are? Osiris's eyes focused on Thoth, recognition dawning in their depths. Thoth, my brother, he said, his voice weak but growing stronger with each word. You have brought me back. The darkness, it was so cold, so empty. Thoth nodded, his grip tightening on his staff as he helped Osiris sit up. The darkness sought to claim you, but it will not prevail. We have work to do, Osiris. This land is no longer safe for us. Set's treachery runs deep, and we must seek refuge and start anew. Osiris looked around the chamber, the memories of his death and Thoth's promise flooding back. Where will we go? How can we rebuild when so much has been lost? Thoth's eyes sparkled with determination. We will journey to a new land, far across the great waters. There, we will find a people who are ready to learn, to embrace the knowledge and wisdom we can offer. Together, we will create a new civilization, one that honors the principles of Ma'at and stands as a beacon of light against the encroaching darkness. With Osiris regaining his strength, Thoth gathered the necessary supplies and artifacts for their journey. Under the cover of night, they left the temple and made their way to the coast, where a ship awaited them. The voyage was long and arduous, but Thoth's unwavering resolve and Osiris's renewed spirit kept them moving forward. Weeks later, they arrived on the shores of a new world, Mesoamerica. The land was rich and vibrant, teeming with life and potential. Thoth and Osiris set to work, sharing their knowledge with the native people, teaching them the secrets of agriculture, architecture, and governance. The civilization they helped to build would become one of the greatest in history, a testament to their enduring legacy. As the years passed, Thoth and Osiris watched with pride as their new home flourished. They had escaped the darkness of Egypt and found a place where their light could shine even brighter. Together, they forged a new destiny, one that would inspire countless generations to come. And in the heart of their new city, they built a grand temple, a sanctuary of wisdom and light, where the teachings of Ma'at would be preserved for all time. Thoth and Osiris stood side by side, ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring, their bond unbreakable and their mission clear, to protect and guide humanity. no matter where their journey took them. Quetzalcoatl. The Feathered Serpent's Teachings. The sun rose over the lush, green hills of Mesoamerica, casting its warm light upon the great city of Tenochtitlan. The city was a marvel of architecture and ingenuity, with grand temples, bustling marketplaces, and intricate aqueducts bringing fresh water from the distant mountains. In the heart of this vibrant metropolis stood a tall, imposing figure, his presence radiating wisdom and power. This was Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, known to the people as the god of wisdom, wind, and the morning star. Quetzalcoatl, once known as Thoth in ancient Egypt, had journeyed across vast oceans to bring enlightenment to this new land. The people of Mesoamerica revered him, and he had become a central figure in their culture, teaching them the secrets of agriculture, astronomy, and governance. His mission was clear: to civilize and uplift the people, guiding them toward a harmonious and prosperous existence. Standing atop the grand temple's steps, Quetzalcoatl gazed out over the gathered crowd. His voice, powerful yet gentle, carried through the air as he addressed the people. Children of the sun, hear me. We stand on the brink of a new era, one where knowledge and wisdom will light our path. Together, we shall build a society that honors the gods and respects the natural world. The crowd listened intently as Quetzalcoatl began his teachings for the day. He spoke of the importance of agriculture, explaining the cycles of the seasons and the best practices for planting and harvesting crops. By understanding the rhythms of the earth, we can ensure bountiful harvests and provide for all our people. Remember, the land is a gift from the gods, and we must treat it with reverence and care. He then turned to the subject of astronomy, pointing to the sky where the morning star still lingered. The heavens are a tapestry of the divine, guiding us with their celestial dance. By studying the stars, we can understand the passage of time and the will of the gods. Let us build great observatories to map the skies and seek the wisdom of the cosmos. As the day progressed, Quetzalcoatl led the people through practical demonstrations, teaching them how to construct irrigation systems to bring water to their fields and how to build sturdy homes that could withstand the elements. He emphasized the importance of unity and cooperation, urging the people to work together for the greater good. In the evenings, Quetzalcoatl gathered the city's leaders in a council, where he shared his visions for governance and law. A just society is one where the rulers serve the people, not the other way around. Let us create laws that are fair and just, ensuring that all members of our society are treated with respect and dignity. His teachings extended to the spiritual realm as well. Quetzalcoatl encouraged the people to honor the gods through rituals and ceremonies, but he also taught them the importance of inner reflection and personal growth. True enlightenment comes from within, he would say. Seek to understand yourself, your strengths, and your weaknesses. By doing so, you will become closer to the divine and find your true purpose. Under Quetzalcoatl's guidance, the city of Tenochtitlan flourished. The people embraced his teachings, transforming their society into a beacon of knowledge and culture. They built magnificent temples, dedicated to the gods and adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant murals depicting the stories of creation and the cosmos. The city's marketplaces bustled with activity, filled with the sounds of commerce and the laughter of children. Quetzalcoatl's efforts were not without challenges. Dark forces still lurked in the shadows, seeking to disrupt the harmony he had worked so hard to create. But he remained vigilant, using his wisdom and power to protect his people and maintain the balance between light and darkness. As the years passed, Quetzalcoatl's legend grew. He became a symbol of hope and enlightenment, inspiring generations to come. His teachings endured, passed down through the ages, ensuring that the light of knowledge and wisdom would never be extinguished. And so, in the land of Mesoamerica, the feathered serpent continued his eternal mission, guiding humanity toward a brighter future, one where the divine and the mortal walked hand in hand, creating a world of peace and prosperity for all. The Council of the Gods. On a sacred mountaintop overlooking Tenochtitlan, where the gods often convene to discuss the fate of humanity. The air is crisp, and the night sky is illuminated by countless stars. A large stone altar stands at the center, surrounded by flickering torches. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, stands in deep contemplation. Beside him is Huitzilopochtli, the mighty god of the sun and war, and the reincarnation of Sandalphon. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, the reincarnation of Metatron, known for his wisdom and guidance. Huitzilopochtli, the sun and war god, the reincarnation of Sandalphon, known for his strength and courage. Tezcatlipoca, the god of night, sorcery, and chaos, the reincarnation of Marduk, known for his cunning and malevolence. Quetzalcoatl, gazing at the stars, Huitzilopochtli, my brother, we must discuss the growing darkness that looms over our land. Tezcatlipoca's influence is spreading, and I fear for the people of Tenochtitlan. Huitzilopochtli, clenching his fists, his eyes burning with determination, yes, Quetzalcoatl. Tezcatlipoca's schemes have become more insidious. His thirst for power and chaos knows no bounds. We must find a way to counteract his influence before it is too late. Quetzalcoatl, sighing, Tezcatlipoca, the mirror of smoke, thrives on fear and discord. He has always been a master of manipulation, using deceit to turn the hearts of men. As Marduk in his past life, he sought to dominate and destroy. Now, as Tezcatlipoca, he continues his dark legacy. Huitzilopochtli, nodding, his presence is a blight on our land. The people are beginning to succumb to his lies, falling into despair and violence. We cannot allow him to corrupt the society we have worked so hard to build. Quetzalcoatl, placing a hand on Huitzilopochtli's shoulder, brother, we must remain united. Our strength lies in our bond and our shared purpose. We have overcome great challenges before, and we will do so again. But we must be strategic in our approach. Huitzilopochtli, determined, what do you propose, Quetzalcoatl? How can we combat Tezcatlipoca's influence and restore balance to our land? Quetzalcoatl, thoughtfully, we must first strengthen the hearts and minds of our people. Education and enlightenment are our greatest weapons against his darkness. We must teach them to recognize his deceit and to stand firm in the light of truth and wisdom. Huitzilopochtli, nodding, agreed. But we must also prepare for direct confrontation. Tezcatlipoca will not relent easily. His followers are growing bolder, and we must be ready to defend our people if necessary. Quetzalcoatl, with resolve, indeed. I will continue to spread knowledge and guide our people, instilling in them the values of Ma'at and the principles of harmony and balance. You, Huitzilopochtli, must be the shield and sword of our people, protecting them from the physical threats that Tezcatlipoca's followers may pose. Huitzilopochtli, with determination, I will stand ready, Quetzalcoatl. Together, we will protect our land and our people. Tezcatlipoca's darkness will not prevail as long as we stand united. Quetzalcoatl, smiling, let us call upon the other gods as well. This is a battle that requires the strength and wisdom of all who cherish light and order. Together, we can create a barrier that Tezcatlipoca's darkness cannot penetrate. Huitzilopochtli, gripping his spear, for the sake of our people and the future of Tenochtitlan, we will stand firm. Tezcatlipoca may be cunning and powerful, but he has underestimated the strength of our unity and our commitment to the light. Quetzalcoatl, nodding, then let us begin. The path ahead will be fraught with challenges, but I have faith in our resolve. We will guide our people through this darkness and into the light of a new dawn. With their resolve strengthened, Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli began to lay out their plans to counter Tezcatlipoca's influence. They knew the road ahead would be difficult, but their unity and shared purpose gave them the strength to face whatever challenges the future held. Together, they would ensure that the light of wisdom and harmony continued to shine brightly over the land of Mesoamerica. Struggles against Tezcatlipoca's influence. The once vibrant city of Tenochtitlan seemed to be under a shadow. The grand temples, bustling marketplaces, and intricate aqueducts still stood, but an air of unease had settled over the people. Whispers of fear and mistrust began to spread like a dark plague. Tezcatlipoca's influence was growing stronger, his manipulations sowing discord and chaos. Quetzalcoatl, sensing the change, knew that the time for action had come. He stood at the top of the great temple, looking down at the city he had sworn to protect. Huitzilopochtli, ever the warrior, stood beside him, his eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of their brother's dark influence. Quetzalcoatl, with a heavy heart, Huitzilopochtli, our people are falling under Tezcatlipoca's spell. We must act swiftly to counter his deceit. Huitzilopochtli, gripping his spear, I have seen the unrest in the streets. His followers are growing bolder, spreading lies and inciting violence. We must rally our forces and stand firm against them. Quetzalcoatl, nodding, indeed. But we must also reach the hearts and minds of our people. They must see through Tezcatlipoca's illusions and remember the teachings of truth and harmony. As they spoke, a group of villagers approached the temple, their faces etched with worry. An elder, leaning on a staff, stepped forward to address the gods. Elder, voice trembling, Great Quetzalcoatl, Huitzilopochtli, our village is in turmoil. Tezcatlipoca's followers have spread fear among us, claiming that the gods have abandoned us. Quetzalcoatl, calmly, fear not, elder. The gods have not forsaken you. Tezcatlipoca seeks to divide and conquer, but we stand with you. We will restore peace and order. Huitzilopochtli, firmly, gather your people. Those who still believe in the light must come together. We will protect you and drive out the darkness that has taken root. The elder nodded and hurried back to the village. Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli began to devise a plan to counter Tezcatlipoca's influence. They knew that brute force alone would not be enough, they needed to restore faith and unity among the people. That night, Quetzalcoatl called upon the wisdom of the heavens. He performed ancient rituals, invoking the power of the stars to guide him. He spoke to the people, urging them to remember the teachings of their ancestors and to stand united against the forces of chaos. Quetzalcoatl, addressing the crowd, my children, do not let fear cloud your hearts. Remember the wisdom of the gods and the strength of your community. Together, we can overcome this darkness. The people listened, their faith rekindled by Quetzalcoatl's words. Slowly, the fear that had gripped their hearts began to dissipate. They came together, supporting one another and resisting the lies spread by Tezcatlipoca's followers. Meanwhile, Huitzilopochtli led a group of warriors to confront the dark followers directly. The clashes were fierce, but the warriors, inspired by the light of their gods, fought with courage and determination. They drove back the dark forces, reclaiming the streets and restoring order. In the midst of the struggle, Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli faced Tezcatlipoca himself. The dark god stood at the edge of the city, his eyes gleaming with malice. Tezcatlipoca, sneering, you cannot stop me, brothers. The hearts of men are easily swayed by fear and desire. My influence will never fade. Quetzalcoatl, steadily, you underestimate the strength of unity and the power of truth, Tezcatlipoca. The people will see through your deceit. Huitzilopochtli, brandishing his spear, we will fight you at every turn. You will not break the spirit of our people. Tezcatlipoca laughed, a dark and sinister sound that echoed through the night. But he could see that his influence was waning. The people were rallying together, their faith in Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli stronger than ever. With a final, defiant glare, Tezcatlipoca vanished into the shadows, retreating to plot his next move. The battle was won, but the war was far from over. Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli knew that they must remain vigilant, ever ready to protect their people from the dark god's influence. As dawn broke over Tenochtitlan, the city began to heal. The people, united by the light of their gods, rebuilt their lives and their community. Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli watched over them, their hearts filled with hope and determination. Quetzalcoatl, softly, the road ahead will be difficult, but as long as we stand together, we can overcome any challenge. Huitzilopochtli, nodding, we will be ready, brother. For the sake of our people and the future of this land, we will never falter. Together, they faced the rising sun, ready to continue their eternal mission of guiding and protecting humanity against the forces of darkness.